We're 7 months into the pandemic, and local leaders know how frustrating it is to still be wearing these masks and social distancing, but they say now is not the time to let up. Our Sydney Stallworth has the latest.
The virus is still out there. It is hiding in people who are asymptomatic or who have minimal signs of illness.
Leaders say Madison County is doing relatively well at this point in the pandemic, but the risks are still high. Hospitalizations are a major concern.
Over the last 7 days, we've averaged about 4.5 per day more in the North Alabama area. We're up to 144 in the North Alabama area, and that's about a 27% increase.
Dr. Hudson alerts locals of a change in ADPH guidelines in identifying common symptoms of COVID-19.
Loss of the sense of smell or taste is now a presumptive positive. No test is needed to confirm your diagnosis is COVID.
The county is prepping for a vaccine.
It's estimated to be in the April-May timeframe of 2021. Those plans are underway both at the state and national level, and certainly as well at the local level.
ADPH is also putting out new guidelines that indicate schools do have to report ill students or staff with one or more major COVID-19 symptoms. That means new cough, new loss of sense of taste or smell, and or shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, etc., but not students or staff with minor symptoms. Some parents are concerned.
As the guidance comes out, knowledgeable people are trying to implement the guidance, and not everyone will be happy with the decisions, and it is a work in progress.
Dr. Hudson urges everyone to get their flu shot and continue masking and social distancing. We can all hope for a mild flu season as we combat COVID. Putting the Valley first, Sydney Stallworth, WZDX News.